Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. We're going to have a beautiful set of services all this weekend at COP. Pastor Ryan will be preaching tonight. I'm going to take a little bit of a break with Sister Bevan Shaw, and then Pastor Manala will be preaching all the Saturday and Sunday services. So we'll look forward to you being in God's house and worshiping God during this wonderful holiday. I want to take you back to the book of Revelation today, chapter 18. And again, we're looking at this devotionally. We're not looking at this theologically. We're not going to describe the two different Babylons, the world religious system, and then an ancient city that is going to be rebuilt during the tribulation. We're not going to get into all that. But I want you to see some devotional thoughts. I want you to notice as we read from verses 9 through around verse 20, I want you to see how money attracts. The kings of the earth who committed adultery with her and shared her luxury. Kings of the earth are attracted to wealth and the luxury that wealth brings. Verse 11, the merchants of the earth. Money attracts businessmen. Why? Verse 15, the merchants who sold these things and gained their wealth from her. Businessmen are attracted to where they see large amounts of money because that's where they can make money. Businessmen who are exporters and transporters are attracted to the same thing. We find that the sea captains and those who travel by ship, beginning in verse 17, it says, Woe, woe, O great city, where all who had ships on the sea became rich through her wealth. Now I want you to notice, people who had assets are attracted to wealth because they can make money. People who are businessmen are attracted to wealth because that's where they can make money. Politicians, world leaders are attracted to wealth because they want to share in the luxury of wealth. But I want you to notice what God does. God destroyed it all. God just destroyed it all. He didn't need to share in the luxury of it, and he didn't need it to make himself money. God operates on a whole different set of motivations than the world that we live in. Now, I bring this up as we move into next year because you have to ask yourself questions. Why am I going where I'm going, and why am I hanging out with the people that I'm hanging out with? Do you hang out with those people because you want to share in their luxury? Do you hang out with those people because you see them as a way to make money? Do you hang out with them because you see them as a way to use your assets to improve your financial position? Because if you do, you're not functioning like God. God is where he is because it's the right place to be. In fact, when you looked at all of this destruction of wealth, he gets down to verse 20 and says, Rejoice over her, O heaven. Rejoice over the destruction. Rejoice, saints and apostles and prophets. God has judged her for the way she treated you. Wealth, and James talks about this, wealth always hurts the people of God. Wealth always goes after destroying the people of God. The wealth of this world. Not the wealth that God gives us, but the wealth of this world. So be careful as you start chasing after the wealth of this world. The wealth of this world is an enemy. The wealth that God gives us is a blessing.